Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. I'm just going to adjust this because I'm a little short guy. Welcome to Fort Erie and this afternoon's events. The group that you see before you are the drums of the Crown Forces 1812. Unlike a number of the other reenactment units this weekend, we do not represent any specific regiment that existed during the War of 1812. Rather, we try to honor all the fifers and drummers in the British infantry regiments that fought during that war. This afternoon we want to share with you some of the military music that might have been heard in camp or in garrison during that time. Some pieces are still played today in the British and Canadian Army, so we hope you enjoy our show. Attention! Thank you very much. During this period of time, there were roughly 22 fifers and drummers in each battalion or regiment of the British Army. What you see before you is a smaller collection. It was not unusual for the battalion, especially during the war times, to be under strength as a result of casualties and failure to be able to recruit sufficient fifers or drummers. You'll notice that at the tail end of our group is a bass drummer. Now, the bass drummer was not part of the fifes and drums. The fifes and drums were called the corps of drums. The bass drummer is actually part of a different musical section in a regiment called the band of music. So when you see a group of fifers and drummers like ourselves, we are the corps of drums. We are not the band of music. We are allowing this person who's just sort of inserted themselves in arbitrarily to join us because they're lonely and they haven't been able to find their clarinets and bugles and that sort of thing. But anyway, he does add a certain thump to the music. We hope you enjoy the next piece. It ironically was written about a defeat of the British Army during the time of Bonnie Prince Charlie. It's called Hey Johnny Cope, Are You Walking Yet? The British military borrowed their music, if I can use that phrase, from various components of the United Kingdom at the time, be it England, Scotland, Ireland. This next piece we're going to play for you actually originated in Wales. I began our presentation by saying that we represent a typical group of fifers and drummers of a British infantry regiment, and you may be wondering, well, geez, you know, I thought the British Army wear red, just like these two characters that are walking along in front of you. Well, during this period of time, the British Army clothed their fifers and drummers in what were called reverse colors. That is the color of the collars and cuffs of the regiment they belonged to. with well over 100 regiments in the British Army, they looked for various ways to distinguish one from another. So some of them, like this gentleman here, had blue collars and cuffs. Some had white, some had yellow, and some had green. So while we don't represent any specific green-faced regiment, we are representing essentially all the green-faced regiments that you would find. And you may wonder, well, why would they do that? Why would they not wear red like everyone else in the regiment? And one of the reasons for that was that the original purpose of fifes and drums, and specifically the drummers, was to communicate signals in battle and then eventually in garrison. They were, in a lot of ways, the clock of the British soldiers. So they would beat signals when they were in a fort like Fort Erie here to wake up the soldiers. You've probably heard of the expression or the reference to reveille, depending on what part of the coin that you are from. They would also play something called the troop, so that they would form up the soldiers for inspection and parade, and they would alert the soldiers to the time it was to eat. I mentioned in the past piece that we played that the source for the music came from various components of the United Kingdom. We're now going to play 3 tunes for you from the Emerald Isle, and that is St. Patrick's Day in the Morning, A General Toast, and Johnny McGill. Thank you very much. We're going to finish off our show playing a tune that was often played as the soldiers departed a particular town or any location for that matter, and that was called The Girl I Left Behind Me, and I'll let you draw your own conclusions. Thank you very much for your attention. We hope that you got something out of this short presentation and that you enjoy the rest of the afternoon.